Hi, this class today is for all my menstruating participants out there. I love to practice movement and yoga whenever I'm on my cycle, although it looks very different than whenever I'm practicing maybe the other 3 weeks out of the month. And so it's going to be a short class, 15 to 20 minutes probably, where we will really ground into our bodies. And this is from my perspective in the way that I experience discomforts and aches and pains whenever I'm on my cycle, which looks like a lot of holding in the lower back, and a lot of heavy weight and sensation that's just happening down in my pelvic region and in my legs. So please feel free to come along for this more therapeutic class. A blanket is all you need. So if you have yoga blocks, you could also have those around with you. You might use them at certain moments, but a blanket is just fine. So we're going to start out taking this blanket and folding it in half like a rectangle. If you've taken class with me before, you know that I love this first pose, laying prone, belly down. So I'm gonna lay the front of my pelvis and pubic bone down onto the blanket, and then the rest of my body on the floor. So come on with me here. It's below my navel, below my abdomen that I'm laying down, and I take the legs and I open them into a little V. And please feel free to rest your arms in a cactus position with a cheek down, or you can place one hand atop the other and rest your forehead in the backs of your hands. And then go ahead, I invite you to close your eyes. And I am joining you as a menstruating person today. So I hope that this pose right now can bring you a sense of softness and relief down into your pelvis, into your uterus, into your lower back, and your thighs, and your ankles and feet. Stay here for a moment, and you can feel the beating of your heart, and maybe you can feel a deeper sense of breath moving through the whole back line of your body. If you have one cheek resting down on your mat, just take a moment and give your other cheek a chance to rest down. Let the other side of your neck get a chance to rotate. We'll stay here. Just allowing the release that you're already experiencing to maybe be experienced through your breath, through your heart, and of course through any parts of your mind. One more nice long deep inhale on your belly there. We'll exhale. And then let's go ahead and bring the chin down or the forehead down to the ground. And then you can just let your hands slide back right by your armpits. And we'll come up slowly to child's pose. So pushing through hands, lifting the hips up off the blanket. And as you come to child's pose, go ahead and use the blanket under your forehead and your forearms. Just let your head drop against that soft cushion and rock your forehead from side to side here. The knees are opened a little bit, so that your soft belly can rest right between your thighs. One more long, really full inhale to your bow. Nice deep exhale. And then go ahead and slowly lift yourself up onto your hands and knees. And we'll take this blanket for a moment and actually unfold it a few times. So I'm going to unfold it twice. Nice long open rectangle. Lay it across the center of the mat. My knees get a little cushion, and we can come out to hands and knees and just find soft, gentle movement. One of my favorite things to do without too much force at all right now. And just for a moment here. You might really drop one hip to the side and then the other. You might be finding just a simple rocking forward and back. But I want you to just explore and soften into simple pelvic movements, simple head movements for a moment. One more cycle of breath. Good. And then go ahead and slowly bring your arms down to the floor, and then just kind of nuzzle yourself down onto the blanket again. It's flatter this time. You could be on your forearms for a moment. I'm gonna have you slide your right leg up and open like a little half frog shape. And then you might feel quite content just laying your cheek or your forehead in the backs of your hands. And if you'd like to, you can also incorporate a little shoulder opening. So in this half frog position, you can come up back up again and thread your right arm underneath of your left arm, all the way over. And then this left hand could be a fist. If you have a yoga block, you could put that under your forehead, or you can lower your forehead into the palm of your left hand, the back of your left hand. This one is quite nice for me. I feel like I can soften some of the tension in my upper back while simultaneously kind of letting the lower body, the pelvis and the legs, release and open in this shape. So if you're in the shoulder opening portion, we'll stay with that for about 3 or 4 more breaths. And 2. Exhaling. And take one more inhale with that shoulder portion. And a long exhale. And then if you're having that thread, I just want you to take a moment and lift up and bring your right arm back out, and we'll all lay for a few more breaths with 2 arms on the ground and that right hip opening, forehead or cheek. You might feel a sense like your Your pubic bone can continue to soften and spread into the ground. The left side of your body might continue to soften and spread into the ground. Take one more deep breath right here. Nice full exhale. And then go ahead and slowly let your right leg and knee kind of slide out and down. We'll go to the other side. Yeah, so you'll be bringing your left leg up. I rock over a little bit to do this. Whew. And then right leg is nice and long and heavy, just like a kitty cat stretching on the ground. And then if you chose to do it on the first side, take your left arm and thread it through and under, towards the right, and you can lower your forehead to a yoga block or onto your fist or onto the back of your hand. And if you're just resting both arms normally on the floor, you can have your forehead on the backs of both hands or a cheek on the ground. We have about 5 breaths with the shoulder position. Deep inhale through belly, through chest. Long exhale into the earth. And a few more just at that nice, steady tempo. It's not always easy to find time whenever you're on your cycle to be in the shedding and be in the releasing that's happening. I know we have lives and jobs and obligations, but even just 15, 20 minutes is quite sweet to let the body settle and process this biological happening that really takes a lot out of us. If you have the arm threaded under, of course, maybe you're enjoying it, you want to stay, or just bring that arm out from the threading, and you can lay with both elbows out and on the floor, and a forehead or cheek again down on the mat. Please feel free to close back down your eyes. We have a couple more breaths to let the pelvis soften, to let the abdomen be easy. One more inhale. Nice deep exhale. You can let your left leg slowly extend out and then slowly nuzzle back in and long on the floor by the right leg. You can be with a forehead down or a cheek down still, everyone, and then rock your hips, maybe open up your legs and windshield wipe your legs. If that's not feeling good on the low back, keep the legs long and just find nice, easy rocks of your pelvis from side to side. And then, if it's okay, take your hands around to your low back. Give it a nice little bit of rub, a nice little bit of lengthening. You could do this with your palms, kind of pressing and drawing the flesh of your lower back and the tops of your glutes downwards towards your heels. You could also do it with little fists, kind of circling around the sacrum and again the top of the pelvis. Take another breath. Have a deeper breath if it's appropriate. Okay. Let's release and roll on our back. Keep the blanket there. Extend your arms out one way and flip on over. I have the blanket underneath my lower region, back and hips, and I'm bending my knees, standing the feet on the floor, a little wider apart than hips width. Palms to the tops of your thighs, around your hip creases. I'm just going to take a moment to apply pressure forward into my thighs and slightly upward towards my knees, as if I could like slide the front part of my pants down. Yeah, forwards and upwards. I'm pressing, and I'm just doing this on and off, kind of pressing and lengthening and then softening back from that press. Try it a couple times for yourself. Yeah, it might allow you to open up a little more space in the front of the pelvis, a little bit more ease around the lower back. Another breath to this action. Nice, steady exhale. Okay, let your hands ease off your legs. Let your arms open to the sides. And then let your legs each come back to your chest. And cross one ankle over top of the other. And then rock your legs. And if you'd like, take those open hands, hold your knees, and rock your body from side to side. Let your head free up. Feel the space around your heart starting to free up and ease up. Switch the crisscross of the ankles. Moku's not menstruating. He's ready to mate. It's true, he's not neutered yet. Well, go ahead, everyone, and just let your ankles uncross. Slowly bring your feet to the floor. And then I want to offer two different shapes to rest in. Yeah, either take your feet wide, knock your knees in, or bring your feet together and open your knees out. Each position is nice for the low back, and different needs for different people, different strokes for different folks. Yeah, so either opening the knees wide in a butterfly, blocks could support your outer legs, or again, wide feet, knocking the knees in. That one works for me today. Place your hands on your lower belly, maybe letting your thumbs touch, letting your other fingers point down towards your pelvic floor, connecting your awareness to your uterus and to your ovaries, or the space where your ovaries would be. Close your eyes and see if you can allow a soft wash to pour over your whole being. And you can follow that downward flow of release all the way into the earth. I'm going to leave you here in this resting pose, and I'm going to let you know that you can stay here as long as you need to, as long as you're able to. Maybe you add a heat pack, or you add a cup of tea to a little bit more of your rest. I'm sending you love from my womb to yours, and I hope you have a nice rest of your cycle. Take care.